Fancies it, boys. It is the Dutch first, and it is big Ron Vlaar. What a moment in his life. All force, all will. Vlaar for the Netherlands. Saved by Romero. And who have Argentina sent up first? Of course, Lionel Messi. The man for all moments. For many on planet football, the number one. The man.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 2. So today we want to present about the Ministry of Youth and Sport and also FIFA. So my name is Nur Shaza binti Abdul Ghani and I will introduce my group members. The first one is Muhammad Nur Hafizan bin Rozi. The second one is Muhammad Naufal bin Zaharman. And the last one is Muhammad Azim bin Azmi. So here is our table of content for our presentation today. The first one, we will talk about the introduction of Ministry of Youth and Sport and FIFA. The second one about the history. The third one about the objective. The fourth one about the location of headquarters. The fifth one about description of logo. And the last one is the organization of Ministry Youth and Sport and also FIFA.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Naufal bin Zaharman. So now I will do the introduction for both of the sport organization, which is the first one is Ministry of Youth and Sport, and the second one is International Federation of Association Football. So now I will start with the first one, which is Ministry of Youth and Sport. The Ministry of Youth and Sport is one of the organization that was based on Malaysia. The government of Malaysia also was in charge of the organization as the official power before making any decisions. The organization is responsible in a lot of things in Malaysia, such as for the yachts, sport in Malaysia, recreation, stadium that boosts in the country, youth development, and also for the youth organization in the country. The organization was founded back in 1987, which is 34 years ago. It has an amount of 3,870 employees that work for the organization, and the annual budget is RM 787,774,400. The Ministry of Youth and Sport also create a website for the user to get information from the website, such as the name of the athlete that represent our country, sport development, sport events in Malaysia, and a lot more. So the next one, I will continue with International Federation of Association Football. FIFA, or International Federation of Association Football, is an organization that was founded back in 1904 as a purpose for international competition among the association, which is Belgium, Denmark, France, Germany, Netherlands, Spain, Sweden, and also Switzerland. The membership of the organization has rise up to 217 national associations. The national in the association also must be the member of the 6 regional confederation in which the world has divided, and that is Africa, Europe, Asia, North and Central America, and the Caribbean, Oceania, and South America. FIFA has highlighted objectives in the organization, including internationally growing football, provide efforts to make sure football is accessible to everyone, fair play in the games, and also advocating for integrity. Other than that, FIFA is responsible in the promoting of the major football international tournament, such as the World Cup, which began in 1930, and for the Women's World Cup that began in 1991. Even though FIFA is not involved in the rules of football, the organization is responsible for the International Football Association Board, which is FIFA was a member and is applied to keep the rule across all the competition that was organized under FIFA.
So I will tell you about the history of Ministry of Youth and Sport. Ministry of Youth and Sport has begun in 1953 with the incorporation of the Culture Division under the Department of Public Welfare. The role and responsibility of handling all matters relating to the youth affair in Malaysia was given to the Culture Division. Next, the Culture Division was placed under the Ministry of the Information in 1964. At the same time, as a consequence of the growth of the organization activity among the youth, a youth division was formed to inculcate and supervise this activity under the country. Besides that, a sport division was also formed under the Ministry of Information. Next, on 15 May 1964, the MYS was only formed in the conjunction with the National Youth Day celebration of that year. So in 1972, the Culture Division was established. So this led the Ministry of Youth and Sport to change its name to the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport until 1987. Culture Division was eventually relocated under the Ministry of Culture, Arts and Tourism. After that, the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport was reverted to its original name that known as Ministry of Youth and Sport. Then, Ministry of Youth and Sport was given the mandate to implement the policy of the Malaysian government, particularly in the area of youth and sport development. So the current Malaysian government recognized the Malaysian Deaf Sport Association as the sole national federation to deal with the deaf sport after passing the amendment of National Sport Development Act, which got approved in the parliament. I will share to you the history of FIFA. In the beginning of 20th century, the Overseas Association football became apparent with the increasing popularity of international feature. The FIFA, or known as Federation International de Football Association, was founded in the headquarters of Union de Société Française de Sport Athlétique in Paris on 20 May 1904. FIFA used French name as acronym. The founding members were the National Association of Belgium, Denmark, France, the Netherlands, Spain, Sweden, and Switzerland. First president of FIFA was Robert Guerin. Guerin was replaced by Daniel Burley-Wolford from England in 1906. The first tournament FIFA staged was football competition for 1908 Olympic in London. The tournament was successful, so the membership of FIFA expanded beyond the Europe, South Africa in 1909, Argentina in 1912, Canada and Chile in 1913, and the United States in 1914.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nafizah Muhammad Razi. In this slide show, I want to present about vision, mission and objectives of Malaysia Youth and Sport Ministry. Okay, first, the vision of Malaysia Youth and Sport Ministry is leading international networking activities in enhancing outstanding achievement and recognition of youth and sport at the international level. Next, the mission of Malaysia Youth and Sport Ministry is to enhance and strengthen international cooperation and government and non-government organizations in youth and sport development. Okay, this is a logo of Malaysia Youth and Sport Ministry. Objective of Malaysia Youth and Sport Ministry. First, as a focal point in the youth and sport development agenda at the international level. Second, to establish close bilateral cooperation with countries that have the same vision, thinking, capabilities and direction in the agenda. Next, to strengthen cooperation with government and non-government organizations at the international level in the youth and sport development agenda. Next, to work with the ministry or central agency that plays a role and is responsible for the coordination and implementation of international relations, especially the supervision of the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Next, we will move to mission, and objectives of FIFA. Okay, first, the vision of FIFA is to promote the game of football, protect its integrity, and bring the game to all. FIFA 2.0 sets out a number of principles but also concrete and measurable objectives. Next, a mission for FIFA is to develop the game, touch the world, and build a better future. Okay, this is a logo for FIFA. Okay, next we move to objectives of FIFA. First, to positively promote the game of football in every way it deems fit. That means to foster friendly relations among national associations, confederations, officials, and players by promoting the organization of football matches at all levels and by supporting football by all other means which is deemed appropriate. Next, to guide the football community by taking steps deemed necessary or advisable to prevent infringement of the FIFA statutes or regulation of FIFA or of the laws of the game as laid down by the International Football Association Board. And then to promote the elimination of discrimination against a country or an individual for reason of race, religion or politics in sports by sanctioning or expelling any national association that tolerates, allows or organized competition in which discrimination is practiced or which is established in a country where discrimination in sport is laid down by law. And then to provide by means of statutory regulations, principles for setting any difference that may arise between or among national associations.
This is the information for the headquarters of Ministry of Youth and Sport. The headquarters of Ministry of Youth and Sport is at number 27, Menara KBS Persiaran Perdana Precinct 4, Federal Government Administrative Centre, 62570 Putrajaya. FIFA Headquarters Location. The headquarters of FIFA is at Hitzigweg 11, CH 8037 in Zurich, Switzerland. The complex has been served as the official headquarters of FIFA since its completion in 2006.
So I will tell you about the description of logo MYS. The official logo of the Ministry of Youth and Sport, or KBS, is registered under the Malaysian Intellectual Property Corporation, or MYIPO. Accordingly, any use of the logo, whether in the form of program organisation, competition, and any form of use at all levels must obtain written permission from the KBS Corporate Communication Unit. So here we go with the description of logo FIFA. So the third logo of FIFA in 1998 until 2004. In 1998, the logo became colorful and vivid, getting a new blue and yellow palette with delicate white detail. The composition remained unchanged, just the contour of the emblem were modified and the globe came some gradient shaded, which made them look more volume. So the fourth logo of FIFA in 2004 until 2015. To celebrate the 100th anniversary, FIFA redesigned its logo in 2004, making the badge a reflection of the extraordinary progress and growth of the federation and its power. The new logo was executed in a calm yet cool blue and white color palette, where two different shades of blue stood for the professionalism and reliability. The fifth logo, or the latest logo FIFA in 2009 until now, is the bold capitalized FIFA logo type is executed in a custom sans serif typeface, which is based on traditional geometry shape and straight line. Its massive and solid letter look modest and at the same time have a unique mood and style, due to the diagonal line going upright and symbolizing movement and development. The typeface of the logo type is pretty close to such fonts as Outlast, Regular and Tansit Sun Pro Extra Bold. The calm blue color of the emblem look reliable and confident, pouring in such quality of the federation as responsibility, confidence, and professionalism. This shade of blue also evokes a calm and pleasant feeling, making the contrast between the logo type and its white background bright and memorable. That's all from me. Thank you.
This is the Organization for Ministry of Youth and Sport. The first one is Ministry Responsible. It is ran by Datuk Sri Rizal Merican bin Naina Merican. Second is Deputy Ministry Responsible. It is ran by Senator Wan Ahmad Faisal Wan Ahmad Kamal. Next is Ministry Executive, which is ran by Yang Berbahagia Datuk Muhammad Nur Azman bin Tayyib. Abdullah bin Hassan is worked as the Deputy Secretary General in Management, and he has 6 divisions that work under him, which is Development Division, Account Division, Finance Division, Human Resources Division, Information Management Division, and Management Services Division. Last but not least, Ramona Muhammad Razali is worked as the Deputy Secretary General in Strategy, and she also have a division work under her, but it is only 3, which is Youth Skill Development Division, Policy and Strategic Planning Division, and last but not least, International Relation Division. This is the organization chart of FIFA. A guy that ran as a president of FIFA is named Gianni Infantino, and he is from Switzerland and Italy. Meanwhile, the Secretary General of FIFA is named Fatma Samoura, and she is from Senegal. This is a list of all the vice presidents that work in FIFA organization. First, the vice president for South American Football Confederation, which is also known as CONMEBOL, is Alejandro Dominguez from Paraguay. Second, the vice president that ran Asian Football Confederation, also known as AFC, is Prince Salman bin Ibrahim Al Khalifa from Bahrain. Third, the vice president for Confederation of African Football, also known as CAF, is Constant Omari from Congolese. Fourth, vice president for Oceania Football Confederation, which is also known as OFC, is Lambert Maltok from Vanuatu. Union of European Football Association, also known as UEFA, ran by two vice presidents, and the two vice presidents named is Alexander Seferin from Slovenia and Sandor Sanyi from Hungary. Last but not least, Confederation of North, Central America and Caribbean Association Football, known as CONCACAF, Vice President is Victor Montagliani from Canada.